Okay, I'm going to try to do a very quick video here about the Pioneer PL-670. Pardon the sort of harsh light here, but I just wanted to get the basics here. There's a problem with this thing cycling endlessly, where the arm will lift up, go over to the platter, put it set down on the platter, and it will accurately set down. This is not an adjustment problem as far as the arm travel goes, or the beginning and the ends of the records, the lead in and lead out. It's not that. That's not the problem. It doesn't require any adjustment in that regard. The problem is on the bottom of the record player. So what you can do if you have this problem as a quick fix is, I'm going to show you this, which is the tine. There it is. There is the, if I can just get it here. There it is. There, I'm focusing on this little tine, this little plate, this sort of leaf. Now you can really see it. This little guy needs to, he engages the cog. That's not one of these gears. It's on the nylon gear here. If I turn that nylon gear around, you'll see it. There it is. It's pulling around. Now I'm turning it in the wrong direction. I'm turning it well, not wrong, but I'm turning it anti-clockwise. You can fix this problem by turning the turntable once anti-clockwise, and it will reset that tine, and you will have a manual turntable unless you press the start or start-stop button. But you don't want to do that. What you want to do is you want to get in here with you can buy these on Amazon, these little oilers. I'm going to zoom back out. I'm going to show you one of these oilers. Here's one with rubbing alcohol in it. These are on Amazon. You can type in like oil syringe bottle. Okay, and I have a little zoom spout oil, also known as turbine oil, right in here. Light sewing machine oil will do. Hammond oil, if you're into Hammond organs, that will also work. And what that little tine does is when you hit start, I'm going to see if I can capture this on video. When you hit start, what happens to that tine? It sets. Well, it's not setting. I think I've already set it. Darn. Well, anyway, it moves that tine, or that little leaf, closer to us, closer to our point of view here. And excuse the camera motion. I'm sorry about that, but I'm going to try to get a better view of that action that's happening. It's right. Oh gosh. Well, can I get it at all? It's tricky. Let's see here. Maybe. It's pretty tricky. It's behind this thing here. But if I turn the cog this way, oh, let's see, that's the leaf, that's the cog. I've got it. Okay, I'm going to focus on it. There it is. Got it. Pardon now you see that cog is missing the leaf. That is I'm turning it anti-clockwise, backwards. Turntables turn clockwise, don't they? Yes, they do. Anyway, I'm going to show you what happens when you set I want to make it happen somehow. I may have over-oiled this just a bit, but there it goes. That tine, I'm going to call it a tine. It's just a little, what would you call it? A metal leaf, I guess. And it, as you can see, it's against that smooth part of the cog. And when I turn it, there's the cog, or the cam, I guess you might call it. if I turn this backwards, you see what it does? It disengages that. So now you have a manual turntable. But if you want a fully automatic turntable, you can oil this, which is what I've done. There, I hit the start button. That sets that. And now it's going to cycle through. It's going to cycle through. And I'm going to release the arm catch, the arm holder thing. And so the arm doesn't get damaged. I'm going to keep cycling it through. We're gonna watch it cycle through. There's that tine. And now he has backed away. And so that what happens is that tine gets stuck. That little metal leaf gets stuck. That cog comes back around, hits it again, and you're stuck in an endless cycle. What can you do? Well, you can. That's the motor spindle right there. There are little holes right there, as you can see. And you can take your oiler and you can get, and again, I'm sorry for all this shaky camera work. You can get right down in there and you can oil. You can see, if I'll focus on it, you can see between those little metal leaves, that's where you want to get your oiler so that they move smoothly, so that when you set, there it goes, I finally got it. So when you set that, you now have a tine or a little metal leaf that's going to disengage as it comes around. I'm going to, excuse me, I'm going to cycle it. Okay, what did I not set it? Maybe not. Yeah, okay, it's, now it has to be on. There was a little friction before I oiled it, and I think that's not a bad thing. I'm going to set it again. I turned it the wrong way, is what I did. So I'm going to turn it the correct way. There it goes. There's that little guy that caught the little cam. He just caught it. He's coming around. We're coming around. I see the, when I say we're coming around, we're cycling through. There it is. And this time it did catch it again. So yeah, and it's going to catch it a few times. And that is probably okay. It seems to be working. If this happens, you can do that. And there it goes. You've reset it. If you just turn your turntable back a bit, and that occurs right when the arm sets down on its armrest. And that's how you know, like, when you can do that. Okay, so now we've seen it work once and not work once, but it's tilted a bit, and you know, you're not gonna have your turntable tilted. I'm gonna set it again, and I set it pretty well. I think it's gonna, with use, there, I did it. All right, let's do this. Okay, now it has engaged in the waiting for the cog to come around and waiting for the situation. Here's the arm. It's gonna do its thing. Sorry, it's out of focus. There it goes. Gonna come back around, and there it went. It set down that time. So the arm has now set down and is staying down and is not cycling. As you can see, there's no cartridge or stylus on it. Okay, and we're again, and this seems to be again, that engages these leaves. Between those leaves right there is where you want to get your oiler. Excuse me, camera. And get your oiler right in there. Those two leaves rub against each other, and they need just a little bit of light machine oil. I put maybe 2-3 small drops, but the whole, there's kind of a lot of metal back in there, a lot of flat metal. So that is how you fix that problem. When it's level, it works every time. Let's just put it that way. All right. Glad I figured this out. because there's nothing else, nowhere else on the internet have I seen anything except people asking, why does this thing do this? And the reason is that little metal leaf, which is, I keep forgetting the word for it, but it gets stuck. But you, again, if you don't want to get into your turntable and do this, you can simply, when the arm sets back down in its travel back from its during its endless cycle, when it sets down on the record, it picks itself up back off the record. It goes back over to the armrest. It sets down. Right about then, you can just put your hand on the turntable. You'll feel a little lack of friction. The motor will briefly turn off. You can then, stop the turntable, turn it backwards one turn or two. One is, it might take two, but I think it only takes one. And then you have a manual turntable and you can play your records. So that's a temporary workaround if you'd like to just do that, and then just never ever hit stop or start again. And that's all you have to do, is oil those little metal parts there. Okay, again, I'm going to show you. It's engaged now, isn't it? Okay. Oh, it's sorry. The needle has set down in its cycle. Sorry. So it's not back. And it works when the needle reaches the end of its travel, but there's just a little bit of friction going on here because I've got some foam happening. All right, not too much. It's all right though. Okay, good luck to everybody. Happy oiling. Get some Zoom Spout oil or some light machine oil and get in there. And again, you're going to want to come up here, and once you're up here with your oiler in these holes, you can just kind of prop I have this thing propped up with some bench cookies. I highly recommend bench cookies. I love those things. And you'll be able to see, you can move the gear, the cam, the big cam, the white gear around here if you like, and cycle things through, and then you can see the tine move, the metal parts move that you need to oil, and they will, I'm just going to move the spindle. You can do that. You can see you can get them in position if you get this thing going through an endless cycle. You can get that in position, but what I mean is you can get these back here so that you can oil them, and those oil holes are in a little arc, and I dare say Pioneer may have even accidentally or on purpose put those oil holes there so that we could all do this thing. All right, and I think we're done here, and I hope that this perspective might not be great.